first share at my very first NA meeting 21 years ago in Tehran, Iran. And that is, in the name of love. My name is Saeed, and I am an addict. My clean date is 14th of February, 2002. I was born 30th March 1955 in Tehran, Iran, in a middle-class family. My father was a police officer, and my mom was a first-grade teacher in elementary school. They didn't want a child. I was their unwanted child. They divorced before I was 1 year old, and I became a child of divorce. Going back and forth between my mom and dad from age 7 to 12. That was when I started to feel this big sorrow deep down within me. I felt that I was different from other people, and no one could understand me. I was feeling that I was wronged and victimized. I was a restless teenager, escaping from high school, hanging out with older boys. I didn't believe in myself and thinking I have to become someone else like those guys in the movies who smoke cigarette and drink and attract opposite sex. In parties or birthday parties, I so much wanted to go up to a girl and start talking and ask her to dance with me, but I couldn't. I was so shy and scared shitless. Until the time came that I had my first glass of vodka, because we used to use vodka in Iran before our revolution. And only then I would get the guts and have courage to go and do so, and to go up to a girl and ask her for a dance. That's how I picked up a cigarette and started drinking vodka. Not long after, I started smoking hashish and got into music. I got myself a saxophone, and I started learning it by the ears, and soon after formed a band playing at weddings party, doing everything except being a good boy studying at school. So back in 1970, my parents sat together and decided to send me to a boys' boarding school in a rural and isolated area, a place called Slindon Village in south of England, to reform and become a decent person. Where, believe it or not, I was introduced to LSD by the hippie art teacher that I had at that time there. That was the time of two Jimmy. One was Kennan in NA, and the other Hendrix in Woodstock. And I only knew Hendrix, unfortunately. I went on, and my active disease progressed and was progressing more and more using. So I started using opium, cocaine, and I got hooked on heroin and became a dedicated junkie. From this point of my life, at age of 27 onward, I was beaten up by drugs and my active addiction many times over and over badly. And each time it just got worse and worse. I overdosed several times during those days. In one of the time, uh, the bed that I was sitting on got got on fire, and I was alone, choking to death, and no one was there to help me. I don't know who or what woke me up. We have seen, I have seen, of course, many things. And from then on, I just had bad days, feeling sad, having that sorrow. And I was so helpless and hopeless, and I couldn't do anything for my crazy life. I got married, and of course, didn't succeed. And I got divorced. And, I started using more and more and shooting more and more of heroin. And finally, from a guy who is still in bad shape and is still in suffer, I've heard about a place that addicts they gather together, and they help each other, and they say that they are clean. So I persuaded this guy. He wouldn't talk more to me about it and give me more information. I persuaded this guy and asked him, please, where is this place? Give me the address. He said, well, there is another person who we both know. He knows the address. I don't know where exactly it is. I just went once, and I don't remember where we went. So I got hold of that other person, and that was a person, a member of Narcotics Anonymous, who I used to use in my active addiction, using drugs together. So I got hold of him, and he took me to my first NA meeting. And that's where everybody was, sharing, and they welcomed me. I got a warm welcome, and then I shared, and I said what I've said a couple of minutes ago when I wanted to share. Everybody used to say, in the name of God, but I don't know how. I just said, in the name of love. And from then on, because there were a few other Saeeds in that meeting, in that group, they used to, from then on, they started to call me Saeed Love. And that's my nickname in NA of Iran. Pretty soon, I got involved in service. I used to go to the north of Iran, a city called Amol, 180 kilometers from Tehran. That's equivalent of roughly 90 miles. It's a winding road through the mountain, a narrow winding road. And I used to drive from Tehran to that place. And that's where I found another person who got the message from me. And we both used to go to another city, which that city was another 180 kilometers away to the west of Amol, because that was the only place where they had meetings. So we wanted to attend meetings. And they put us together with a few others. And they said, we were a few people in Amol. Why don't you guys get together and start a meeting there? So I started, helping with the help of those friends, with a little help of my friends. We started the first meeting in Amol. And once a week, I had to drive the whole way to Amol from Tehran, 180 kilometers, 90 miles, 95 miles, and come back. And that was the end of the week. Thursdays, which Friday was, the weekend, our weekend. So that road was very badly or had a highly traffic, high traffic and very dangerous anyways. But I got so, egoistic, and my ego started to blow up, sorry. My English is a little rusty, excuse what. And then I came and started picking up the book, Blue Book, basic text, and I started to, read the traditions, because I got a service there in that group, and I was the GSR. So I had to, read and get acquainted with what's going on in the traditions. And I came across this sentence. It's like this: we have seen members drive hundreds of miles to help support a new group. And when I read that, it was just what I needed to put me back where I should be. And I got rid of that egoistic Saeed that was bothering me, and that monkey behind on my shoulder. I thought, well, I'm not the only person. There were many other persons before me doing the same thing, even a longer distance they used to drive. So I mean, it's great. I mean, I found so many words and so many lines in these books and in our literatures that are just something from heaven. That's what I can just say, from heaven. God Almighty. Anyways, I would like to say a few more words and wrap up. Ever since I was in service, I used to, I was chair of PI and PR of a metro committee, which we have in Iran, and for a year, and again for another 2 years in a row in another metro committee. I was a PR chair, and I'm still in service, and I never thought that I would have such a wonderful life. This what I was after, I was seeking, and it's just the power of love that I was seeking so desperately. The whole of time of my life, I was seeking such thing, which I came across finally and found it here in Narcotics Anonymous. And that's great. Another line from our book, the basic text says, we come here powerless, and the power that we seek comes to us through other people, through you people. I got that power to stay clean for 20 years and 6 months. Yes, we come here powerless, and the power that we seek comes to us through other people in Narcotics Anonymous, basic text, chapter 7. And that's the power of love. And that's the whole thing which this convention is about. And God, I was astonished when I first heard the title of this convention, and something I don't still understand how it comes together. The coincidence, my name, my nickname, and the name of this convention. So I would like to wrap up and just say, before ending my share, I would like to read a line or say a line of one of the world's most famous Persian mystic poet, Rumi. And he said, in one of his poems, he says, I was dead, I became alive. Weeping I was, I became laughter. The power of love came, and I became everless soul. finally, the last note, the last, not the least, I would like to wrap up and close my share with one of Stevie Wonder's, my favorite singer, song title of mid-70s, Love's in Need of Love Today. Love's in need of love today. And please come back and keep those doors open because love still needs love today. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I'm so grateful, blessed. Thank you. Thank you again. And lots of love, tons of love from my fellowship here in Iran. Sound, sealed, and delivered to you guys